Yo, what's going on, everybody? Los here, coming back at you with another video. And this time, I got a CGC pre-order going out. So these are the books I'm going to send out to CGC. So if you want to know what books I'm sending out, you know what to do. Hop on that train, take a journey with me. Alright, so we're back. And like I said, these books I'm sending out to CGC. And it's not a large order by any means. It's about 13 books, I think. Um, Most of these books are going to be for sale when they come back. I think there's one book in here that for my PC, and then there's another book for my brother. He only had one book, so it doesn't make sense to send in just one book because you have to pay so much in shipping. So normally I try to send at least 10 or more when I'm sending books to CGC. It makes it worth it as far as like the shipping goes. So with that being said, enough of the rambling. Let's see the books that I'm actually sending in. And these are in no particular order. So the first book is actually, sorry, I keep forgetting this. Let's bust out the comic cam. I don't know why I keep doing that. Like I know I have this new setup. I keep forgetting. So first book up is XMen 107, and this is the first appearance of the Starjammers. This is one of the books that is for my PC. This is the one book that's for me, and I have pretty much the entire run or the early run of Chris Claremont starting on X-Men, so from 94 to 143. This is one of only, I think, about 5 or 6 copies that I have that are raw. Everything else is graded, and so like I said, I tried to send in one at a time, and then the other books that are going to be in here that are going to be for sale are going to help to facilitate the cost of getting these graded. And I'm figuring this is probably going to be, or I'm hoping this is going to be anywhere from probably like a 9.2, maybe a 9.4. If I'm lucky, maybe a 9.6, but I don't think so. There's a couple of little ticks along here, just like one color breaking tick. You can't really see it right here, but other than that, the book is actually pretty clean. It's a nice copy, but I'd be happy if it at least comes back at 9.4. If it did that, I'm good with that. So that's the first book there. And next book up is this guy right here. And we all know this. And this is Amazing Spider-Man 252. This is, the first appearance of the black suit, tied with the first appearance of 3 other books or whatever you want to call it. But, this is one that does command a pretty good price. It is an homage to AF-15, and it's a nice newsstand copy. I bought this years ago before things started getting crazy with this book. It's not going to be a 9.8 by any means. There are some color breaking ticks along the spine here, I tried to press it out as best I could. If this book comes back a 9.0, 9.2, I think that would be pretty good for this book, especially with in a newsstand. Next is A-Force #1, and this is the hip hop variant, and this is an Adam Hughes cover. So I'm hoping for obviously with these more modern books, you hope for at least a 9.8. I know this is a tougher book to get in a 9.8 just because it's all black cover, and those are tough because any stain on it will show. I pressed it out pretty good. I think it has a shot at a 9.8. Hopefully I get a grader who's having a good day, but more realistic, maybe a 9.6. But we're shooting for that 9.8. All right, next is Avengers #0, and this is actually I believe an Art Adams 1 in 25. Oh, I'll look it up. I'm not sure if it's exactly Art Adams, but I know it's a variant cover. It's a 1 in 25, I believe, and it's a wraparound cover. And I've had this copy before. Wasn't as nice as this one, and I think there's a couple of first appearances in here as well. If there is, I will link it somewhere on the screen there. And but yeah, I think it's just an awesome wraparound cover, and I think it'll look nice graded, because then you can actually see the front and back, and they could display pretty nicely. But I'm hoping for at least a 9.6 with this one. It is pretty good. I think I haven't seen any spine ticks or anything on it. It's a pretty clean book. The only thing is it does have the little binary tear at the bottom, and that's because it's a bigger book. And normally with those bigger books, when they're thicker, they usually have that binary tear. So I'm hoping that doesn't ding me too hard. And next we have this guy right here. We all know this one. This book kind of blew up because it's the first appearance of Spider-Boy. This was the secret variant that came out. I pre-ordered it and completely forgot. Picked it up, cleaned and pressed it. I think it came out pretty good. Obviously, I'm hoping for the 9.8. So I can't see anything wrong with it. I hope there's nothing wrong with it. But obviously, more modern books, you're hoping for a 9.8. If it comes back anything less than that, at that point, it's it's basically just a push. Next is Wolverine number 36, and this is the first appearance of the Wolverine. I didn't really read this story. I think it's it's a cool character. It's one of those books where I'm not necessarily like maybe the biggest fan of. Again, maybe just because I haven't read it. I think it's pretty cool. I like Wolverine. I like Ghost Rider. But I'm not. I just I'm not sure. I think it's one of those books where it's hot now. He's getting his own solo story, or it came out already, something like that. And obviously shooting for a 9.8 on this one. Just because if I can move it, I feel like down the line, if I ever want to get this character back, I think I could pick it up for a little cheaper. So, like I said, I'm hoping for a 9.8 on that one. It looks pretty good. Next, this one is just an awesome cover, and this is Amazing Spider-Man 601. This is just an awesome J. Scott Campbell cover. It's not even a variant. This is just one he did a run on Amazing Spider-Man. Love this cover. I was able to pick up a copy, a 9.6 copy of this from my local, my LCS. Got a great deal on it. I already had this one. It's probably not a 9.6. I'm guessing there is a couple of little dings and some color breaking ticks on it. I know there's one down at the corner over here and stuff like that. So obviously it's not going to be a 9.8. I'm shooting for at least like a 9.2 on this one. If I can do that, I'll be happy with it, especially what I paid for it. I got it on a great deal. So if it comes back a 9.2, it'll be definitely worth it to move this guy. And that book always moves just because it's just an awesome cover. Next is one that's going to be a little like, hey, what the hell? But this is Solo Leveling. So it's a free comic book day. I believe it came out a couple years ago. But there is a video game to this, and it's a pretty popular video game. And if you check online, 9.8 for this are actually commanding decent coin. It's a pretty good copy. I checked it over. I know it's a white cover, so sometimes you get some smudges on it, but it's actually pretty clean. There's no store stamp on it, which is another big thing for free comic book days. I know some stores kind of stamp their logos on it. This one is free of that, and yeah, like I said, shooting for a 9.8 on this one. All right. Next, we have the Unstoppable Wasp #1, and this is the 1 in 50 Ben Caldwell variant. Not too many on the census. That's why I'm sending this one in. It's just a tough book to find. I don't think there's many in the wild. You go on eBay or whatever, not too many listed. And most certainly not any CGC copies. I think there's less than 10 of these on the census. So definitely just gonna send this in and hope for the best. I think it's a pretty good copy. There might be one tiny little spine tick. Sometimes you can get away with those spine ticks on a 9.8 if the rest of the book looks pretty good and the spine tick is small enough, which I think this is. But I didn't pay much for this, so even if it comes back like a 9.6, I think I'm still doing pretty good on it. But obviously, we're shooting for a 9.8. Next is Animal Man number 5. And this is just an awesome Brian Boland cover. And, you know, not too sure how many people know that Brian Boland did these. I know he's known for like some Wonder Woman covers and stuff like that. And I believe there's a first appearance in this as well. But for some reason, this book commands pretty good price when in high grade, right? 9.6s, 9.8s. It looks pretty good. There's potential. I don't think it's a potential for a 9.8. It might just fall short of that. But you know, a 9.6, you know, for what I paid for this, I would definitely take that because it still commands a pretty good amount of money. And just like I said, just an awesome Brian Boland cover. And next we have Wolverine number 42, and this is the Art Adams. I believe this was a 1 in 50 or 1 in 25, but just a cool Art Adams cover. You know, X-23 on there, and you know, I like the bloody cover on it, and I think this is one that you know, Art Adams sometimes can be a little hit or miss on some of these, and I think this one was pretty good. It's not like too like kiddie, you know, what he does. You know, some of the ones that look a little too like childish, you know, they look too, you know, too and I think this one was one of the better ones, even though for some reason some of those other ones actually command a little more money. But I got these on a pretty good deal, and you know, pretty clean, so I'm hoping obviously for a 9.8 on these. And if 1 is good, 2 is better. So like I said, I'm hoping for a 9.8 on both of those, so no need to, you know, go over that again. And the last book that I'm sending in is for my brother, and that is Sandman number 8, first appearance of Dream, or first appearance of Death. Sorry, Dream is issue 1. But yeah, just I love this cover. I have a copy myself. It's probably not as clean as this one. There's no editor's page in here as well, because I always check that out, because obviously you don't want to miss that and end up having like a $1,000 book on your hand. But just an awesome cover, an awesome story, and like I said, you know, it's tough to send this in on its own. You're gonna end up paying, you know, $20-something just for shipping. When you send it together with more books, obviously the shipping it becomes less. So yeah, those are all the books that we're sending in, and I think he's hoping for at least a 9.4 on this one. I'll look it over again too to see if maybe I'll do another quick press on it just to make sure. But he pressed it himself as well, and you know, we'll take a look at it. But I think he might be shooting for like a 9.4. I don't think it's a 9.8, but a 9.4 on this, still a great book. Just an amazing cover, and great story. So yeah, those are the books that we're sending in, and we will see what we get. Sorry. So let me know what you think down below. You know, I know I wasn't able to get too close so you can really see the images. I'm definitely going to take some pictures of these as well before I send them to CGC, because sometimes you just never know. Maybe they don't send you the right book, or you know, they damage it, and you know, you need to have pictures and proof of what you sent in, right? So you want to take pictures of, you know, the spines and everything, and make sure that that's your book, and any damage that was on it doesn't, you know, you don't get more damage or whatever it is, because sometimes they mishandle books, and then they're like, oh, well, we don't know, and you're like, well, that spine tick wasn't there, or this crease wasn't here, and it's like, I have pictures and proof of what I sent you, so then that way you can, you know, kind of either get your money back or do, you know, something, work something out. So let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite book? And until next time, talk to you guys later. Peace.